$11, $13, $13. $11, $12, $13 was yesterday. I put the camera in a very precarious position. If I move, it's probably going to fall. Yeah, I can see it shaking. Yeah, ain't no fast start on this video. I'm supposed to be actually making a video for Warren Buffett if he actually ever would see it. Warren's not a storybook hero or nothing. He's just really good at seeing good things and assisting, basically. It's a lot of information, a lot of information I'm filtering. I did sort of study his life. I didn't make it I had to be me, but he showed up before I did, actually. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know who he is, yeah, this is good. A lot of people don't. He ain't Santa Claus, he ain't Jesus, he ain't White Hawk, he's Warren Buffett. Let's see, 77 2007. So that means he was born in 1930. And the Great Depression. Actually, I think the Great Depression hit either then or the year after. Not exactly positive on that one. And it was a completely different world than it is now. In so many ways. But by the time he was old enough to do it, he picked up a paper route. And instead of spending money because he had it, he was content to live in his mind and save the money. And whatever he got from the paper route, he invested in stocks. So I believe it happened. He's very good at sharing himself as well, so there's plenty to hear if you wish to know. He's got books, blogs, books. That's what information is on paper. Yeah, he's got a lot of videos now that are available too. I've called them interviews though, because by the time cameras or videos came around, cameras came around after he was born too. Pretty sure, maybe before actually, probably, yeah, definitely before, yeah. Dating him older than he is. But still, to turn a paper out into being if he wanted to be the richest man that has ever been, by understanding what he does. His flow, that happened. My flow, not quite. But in terms of how I would have mentally, because he never actually got back to me. I did send him a bunch of stuff, but he never actually got back to me. That's okay. Now, my flow brought me to him after I ended up at Papa John's, and just happened to read a piece of paper that was put there by the owner, which is nowadays the field manager. The guy above the general manager is the field manager. So I heard about Warren giving away $33 billion, and I was like, man, you could build Reading with that from scratch. And, that's when the flow of information that I had to type, and I believe I put it into a reasonably nice package. It looked like a big box, but inside, a whole lot of stuff. And the one thing I never did, and I still won't, I never asked for money directly. I can never ask for nothing. And I said, Daddy says, I gotta send this to you. So, that brings us to now, and that reselling electricity thing, or selling electricity, it's not, well, it is what it is. Producer, which would be manufacturer, but then you still got the raw materials, flows through a process to get to the end consumer customer. And the customer can choose who they want to be with nowadays. That wasn't always so. And currently, the company can say, we will beat everybody's price by a penny per kilowatt hour. Eventually, that everybody's got what they're going to get, and it's based on supply and demand. But before that, not quite so. So I'm like, I'm not sure whether Warren was bothered by my stuff or not, to tell you the truth. I just don't know. The Singer family sent him back, don't bother us anymore, please, thank you. Okay, I didn't. Oprah closed her P.O. box. That could happen, whether or not I was sending her stuff or not, don't know that. But Warren's pretty much what Warren is. I mean, he's happy where he's at, and he doesn't get into anything that's going to cause him trouble. He's happy to sit home and watch a good movie, Yeah, it's one of his things. Yeah, the human side, right? Very few people can turn a paper out. I don't think that'll ever happen again in history, to tell you the truth. I think that was a one-time thing. Anybody who would like to can prove me wrong. So, try to get together the $495 entry fee for the business. Franchises are much more expensive, believe me. I've seen lesser entry fees, but a utility, they don't need to change anything, just change who supplies it. You know, that's something that I'm 20 years later, after I lost for 10 years and trying to sell everything else. Amway's a multi-billion-dollar company. Shackley's probably still around, and you know, it works. But you know, it's a lot harder that way. I really have faith. Yeah, that's why I'm contacting Warren, actually. Networks work best from fame and respect down, then they work from, hey, would you like to get something? That's when you're a teenager trying to sell something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but later on, if you gain respect in your life, you say, I think this is good, other people look up and say, yeah, he probably knows what he's talking about. So if I could get Warren to play, you know, that's a really high place. Age, respect, even before there was a social network, there always was. It was just not quite the same. You'd have to pick up the phone. And you don't do that unless you have to. But sitting in front of a screen, we do it all the time. For me, at least, if I'm sitting in front of the screen, I don't personally have to respond back right away. If you got somebody on the phone, you gotta apologize if you gotta do something. If you're texting, well, even texting, I mean, as far as I understand it, I'll get back to you when I have, you know, a couple seconds. Nobody questions it. It's really good for social media and getting around, I mean, really. But, like I said, he's going to be my first stop. I can't actually contact Oprah directly. She closed her PO box, and even then, you know, same with Warren. I mean, I know he didn't personally pick up the mail, so Oprah probably never, for her company, went to personally pick up the mail. She might have occasionally, but same with him occasionally. In general, go to the office, the staff will bring it to you. I actually had that done for a couple years when I was like 18. I think it was 15, 17, or maybe not quite, but yeah, I had everything come to me. I just stayed in the room and talking head got it done. Not a safe business to be in, but figured I was 15 I'd get away with it. I did for a while. I had to stop doing it because it got too dangerous, basically. I have, which is really shocking to me, the only famous people that I know, and I hope this means something to them if they actually happen to watch one day. Oh, now it's gonna go blank. Will Smith and his wife. His wife actually was on my wall first. He just finally showed up. I love what she puts out. It's really incredibly intelligent. I haven't seen a lot of Will's quotes, but I have seen what he can project. And if you can't feel it, you can't project it, you know. So, not everybody could do what he does in acting. Ooh, excuse me. I got 1 minute and 33, 2, 1. Alright. Jada. Oh, yeah. One might say Daddy has his ways. When you forget something, if you give it enough time, if it means enough, I think it's pretty important to say Jada and Will Smith. But a lot of things you figure out that I figure out, say I'll just let my mind take care of it, it'll come back. It does eventually, if you know it. I remember being in 5th grade and I thought I knew everything about math, general math. And I finished up the test in 5 minutes and he says, "You're 80% wrong." Shit. I got good at general math, but I just had that feeling as a kid that I knew stuff. I did, but the life experience did not provide enough, so I was wrong. As always, White Hawk loves you. Hope you can love him back. Bye.